Applying to be an ACRA Care PCA starts with the informational cover sheet. The applicant in these forms will refer to you as the applicant, PCA, or employee. The participant is referring to the client, which is the individual who's receiving the care. The responsible party or managing party is the person responsible for directing the care of the participant and the person who will be signing the assessment. The top of the form should be filled out listing you as the applicant. This cover sheet lists all the forms that are part of the application process, as well as any special instructions on what you'll need to complete the forms. The checkboxes are to help you organize when each document has been completed. Note, you will need to complete a PCA certificate or 245D training online as part of the application process. This video is to assist in the paperwork portion of the application process only. Turn the cover sheet over to the Application for Employment page. In box 1, you'll add your name, current address, phone, and answer whether you've been previously employed by ACRA, are eligible for employment in the U.S., have a current driver's license, and own a car. Box 2 is asking for current or former employers, supervisor's name, job title held, salary, and reason for leaving. Next, please list any relevant licenses, certificates, or registrations. And finally, read and sign the applicant's statement. The lower portion is for staff purposes and can be left blank. Next is the background study request form. The top portion of this form should be filled out. If it is not, please fill out the client's information. Background studies now include a fingerprint requirement. Please enter your email or a fax number to provide you with a fingerprint authorization form. You'll have 14 days to submit your fingerprints after you receive the form. After you've successfully completed the online PCA training found at acracare.org, you'll receive a certificate number and you'll enter that here. Next, enter your full legal name as found on your state-issued ID, date of birth, social security number, and address. Enter your race and gender information and place of birth. Each entry must be complete or the form cannot be submitted, including Minnesota driver's license number, aliases, former addresses, and signatures. As soon as your background check is cleared, your client will be notified. The following pages are the Background Study Notice of Privacy Practices, which give detailed information about your background check and fingerprints. The next form is the Individual PCA Enrollment Application. Select New Hire. Then, fill out your individual information in box 1. New hires do not need to fill out the NPI/UMPI box. Enter the date of your PCA certificate training and certificate number. This form is for the state, and the information needs to match the information on the background study form. Print, sign, and date the form. Everything below this line should be left blank. Page 2 of your enrollment form is your provider agreement. Please read and sign and date. The I-9 form includes a sample form for your reference. Section 1 is your personal information. Next, select your citizen status and sign and date. To fill out pages 2 of the I-9, please refer to the List of Acceptable Documents form. Here, you need to provide acceptable identification. From the list, you may provide one form of ID from column A, or two forms of ID, one from column B and one from column C. You'll also need to make copies of your ID and include them in the application. Once you have these documents, transfer the information to page 2 in section 2. The certification section, as well as the re-verification sections below, will be filled out by an ACRA representative. Applicants should leave this blank. The Wage Payment Authorization form is where you'll choose how you would like to be paid. You have two choices: an A-line card, which is a physical, reloadable, prepaid Visa card, and direct deposit, which allows for your paycheck to be delivered electronically to your bank account. To choose direct deposit, check this box. Then, in Section 2, read and initial the boxes to show your acceptance of the terms. Then, select the account type you would like the deposit to go to. We will select checking for this example. You'll also need to attach a voided check. The lower portion of the check has the needed bank routing and account numbers needed for processing. If you do not have a check, you may also provide the routing and account numbers in the space. Finally, print your name, phone number, sign, and date to complete this form. Note: if you do not provide your bank's routing and account number, you will be set up with an A-line card. Alternatively, if you wish to be paid with an A-line card, you will check the first box. Read and initial the boxes in Section 1 and print your name, phone number, sign, and date at the bottom of this form. Your card will be mailed directly from our payroll company, ADP, 5 to 10 business days after receiving your application, and your paycheck will be loaded on the card automatically at the end of each pay period. The W-4 Employees Withholding Allowance Certificate directs the government on how much income tax you would like withheld from each paycheck. You can complete the optional worksheet to estimate the amount of taxes to be taken from your paycheck. If you enter the number from H into line 5, you are estimating that just enough money will be taken out of your paycheck so that at the end of the year, you will not pay money to the government and the government will not be returning money to you. Enter your personal information in lines 1 through 4. If you prefer to receive money at the end of the year, it is suggested to enter a 0 or a 1 in box 5. There is no right or wrong answer. It's a personal preference. If you wish to claim exempt, meaning that you don't want any federal income tax taken from your paycheck, you will leave lines 5 and 6 blank and write exempt in line 7. Please do not enter a number in line 5 and write exempt in line 7, or you will void the form. This choice could result in you owing money to the government at the end of the year. Sign and date the form at the bottom. The Employee Survey Form is a form used by the state to measure equal employment opportunity statutes. The information you provide is voluntary and will only be used to monitor our compliance with equal opportunity laws and regulations. Lastly, the Employee Acknowledgement Form. You will be asked to sign this form annually. Carefully read and sign this form to learn the policies regarding the Deficit Reduction Act, whistleblower policy, and the fraud, waste, and abuse policy. If you have any questions about this application, please call AcraCare at 952-935-3515. Thank you.